To moderate this session, we are honored to have Admiral Sunil Lanba, AVSM, VSM, former Chairman, Chiefs of Staff Committee, former Chief of the Naval Staff, and former Chairman of the NMF. Sir, I hand over the proceedings to you.
Admiral Karambir Singh, flag officers, ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning to all of you. Yesterday, when we had a session on resources, we looked at Southeast Asia. In this session, we are going further east and having a look also from our west. At the moment, West Asia or Middle East is in turmoil. You have the conflict in Gaza. Now it has been expanded to Lebanon. Just the other day, there was a ballistic missile strike on Israel by Iran. And now there are talks going on as what is going to be the counter by Israel on Iran. And yesterday, President Biden has made a statement of looking at whether Israel will carry out strike on the petrochemical infrastructure in Iran. Already the crude oil prices have spiked by 5% over the last 3 days, and crude oil, Brent light crude oil, is trading at $75 a barrel. Let's assume that there is a strike on the petroleum infrastructure in Iran by Israel. That will put the petrochemical infrastructure and market in turmoil. In case it leads to a counter-strike by Iran on Israel again, what is going to be the next step Israel is going to take, whether she's going to strike the nuclear infrastructure in Iran? What is the effect of the proxies, especially the Houthis, which are going to do in the Red Sea and the state of Bab al-Mandab? How is shipping going to get affected in the Red Sea? What actions will be needed to be taken by multilateral forces to keep this vital sea lanes open? So there are a lot of uncertainties. So in this session, we are going to have a look at security of energy on a Japanese perspective and what India and Japan can do together. And then we will move west and look at resource geopolitics from a European perspective and what is the state of play by Dr. Pines on the American side. So I had 10 minutes. Very rarely do moderators get 10 minutes to make an opening statement. I was wondering what to say. I'm not going to second guess what they're going to say. And I thought, let me give you an Indian example. We are all here sitting in Northwest India. And when you look at the petrochemicals infrastructure in Northwest India, we have 3 refineries in Northwest India. The largest one being in Panipat, one in Bathinda, one in Mathura, and there is one which is due to be commissioned and come line in January in Barmer. When you look at this map, it is showing you the pipeline infrastructure. The refineries in Mathura, Panipat, and Bathinda are supported by pipelines running from the Gulf of Kutch. Basically, Panipat is from Salala Mathura pipeline, Bathinda from the Mundra Bathinda pipeline, and Mathura also from the Salala Mathura pipeline. We have the largest refinery in the world, the Reliance refinery in Jamnagar, which has a capacity of over 1.24 million barrels per day. That is 1.6% refining capacity of the world in one refinery located in the Gulf of Kutch. The Reliance refinery in Jamnagar also has the highest coefficient of energy called the Nelson's coefficient of 21.1. That means the next refinery in the world which has a lesser coefficient is almost 10 percentage points lower. The Jamnagar refinery converts, when you look at the crisis of the Russian-Ukrainian war and the ban on import by Europeans of the Russian crude oil, the Russian crude oil came to the Jamnagar refinery, got refined, and petrol and diesel was supplied from here to Europe. So basically, you're bypassing the ban. So just imagine in case there is a disruption in the maritime traffic into the Gulf of Kutch. It is through a very narrow channel at the mouth of the Gulf. You will find the whole of northwest India crippled with lack of supply of crude oil going to the northwest, these three refineries. Okay. So we will examine what are the resource geopolitics of different this thing. There are also issue of living and non-living resources. And in the opening address today in the special session, we've laid out what are the terms and conditions. So I'll stop here, and over to you, Professor, for your first talk.